What is going on, YouTube? I am Germ here. So for this video, once again, I know we're having some mic issues, brand new setup, brand new apartment, brand new everything going on. We got a new desk, we had to move everything around. So I turned up the gain a little bit for this video once again. So if it's too quiet still, let me know. I'll keep bumping it up a little bit for each video. I don't want to go too crazy because I don't want to be freaking exploding people's ears either, but I don't know. We'll find that good place. We'll figure it out. We're going to get there. Just help me out. No, I'm working on it. We're going behind the scenes. With that being said, today, as you can see up on the screen, we're going to be talking about Fnatic. We're going to be talking about the LEC, and we're going to be talking about whether or not Fnatic can make it to Worlds, because obviously they have been a really big story this whole year. They came into this season, 2021, with some crazy stuff, obviously with like Reckless leaving, an upset coming in, and now things have only gotten crazier from there, to the Bwipo role swap, to Adam in the top lane, all this different stuff going on, and people just have so many different opinions about Fnatic, so there's definitely a lot to talk about. Definitely drop a like if you guys do enjoy this video. I'd appreciate it so much, and subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. With that being said, here we go. So obviously we are looking at what looks to be a Jax Link promo, but no, I didn't get sponsored. I'm not Jack Link's germ or anything like that. Hey, that'd be dope. That'd be cool. Maybe they can hit us up. But I just wanted to pull up a tweet to talk about Fnatic's 2-0 weekend, which kind of got more and more people buzzing. Fnatic started out a little bit slow. What did they go? 1-2 the first week. If I remember correctly, they lost to Misfits, lost to Mad Lions, and beat Rogue. So yeah, they started out 1-2. Then after a 2-0 weekend, people were starting to say more and more, now they're on a 3-game win streak. They're starting to look better and better. Bwipo jungle is becoming more and more legit. This bot lane of Upset and Hylissang might be one of the best bot lanes in the West, if not the best bot lane in the West. Adam is starting to look like, a legitimate carry top laner who can play a ton of picks and can be a real threat. So Fnatic looks really interesting, and it does appear like they're getting better and better. So then that's going to get people talking about whether or not they can make Worlds. Because if we look at the LEC standings right now, they're right there. Yes, we are only 5 games in. It is way too early to be drawing any kinds of conclusions. I would say even the end of the regular season is too early to be drawing any kind of conclusions, because the regular season just doesn't matter. Best of ones just really don't matter. Yes, you have to be able to win best of ones to make the playoffs, but at this point, I would pretty confidently say that Fnatic is going to be a playoff team. I do not think that is a concern at all. And once best of ones are over, they are pretty much meaningless. And best of fives, you see a whole different beast. I mean, we've seen pretty much all the previous LEC champions. It's not really the team who dominates the best ones. It's not really the team who dominates the regular season. G2 has won a bunch of titles without ever looking like the absolute best dominant team in best of ones. Now, yes, there has been times that they have, but there's been times where they finished second, third, fourth in the standings. Mad Lions just looked very bad last spring at times during best of ones. It just matters what you do in the playoffs. It matters if you're good on that patch, if you get hot at the right time, if you can draft and play in best of fives, if you can not tilt, if you can come up with clutch big plays. So again, 5 games into the regular season really does mean nothing, but Fnatic is obviously a big organization with a ton of fans, and I've been getting more and more tweets, more and more messages, more and more comments, because I was a little bit critical of Fnatic. I was definitely not picking them to make it to Worlds. I'm not picking them to be in the top 3, and it's just a lot of weirdness going on. I don't necessarily hate Bwipo going to jungle. I actually think Bwipo will become a solid jungler, but I don't believe that a lot of his issues are going to go away, as far as like the weird random deaths in late games and kind of overgoing for plays, and him and Hylissang both be in that same mindset. I think it's going to lead to a lot of big random deaths and costing a lot of games in the end. Now, yes, it will definitely win them some games, that aggressiveness, that playmaking from Bwipo and Hylissang. Also, I think you're going to have a growing pains in the top lane with a very young and inexperienced top laner in Adam. That's going to take time. I don't think that'll make it easier to make it top 3 this season. I think he's an awesome player for Fnatic to build around for the future, so I think that's amazing. I'm also just not completely sold on Niski yet either. I do think Upset and Hylissang are amazing, but what will this Fnatic lineup be able to do? We'll just have to wait and see. But so far, this is what's going on. I mean, they have had a pretty tough schedule to start the season, honestly. Their first week being Misfits, Mad Lions, and Rogue. And we take a look at the standings. Misfits, Mad Lions, and Rogue, that's a 4-1 team and 2-3-2 teams. And after playing, 5 games against really, really solid competition. Excel is 2-3, Vitality is 2-3, and Vitality is really a team that it's probably actually better than a 2-3 record. They're a very, very talented team that many people are picking to finish pretty high in the LEC, but they're also a team with two young, inexperienced solo laners, and they're going to take some time to have to grow over the course of the season too. So Fnatic getting to play them early on is maybe nice, and Excel's not that great, but man, that's 3 really, really rough games. And to come out of that 1-2 with a win over Rogue, who some people think might be the best team in the LEC, that's really great. Now, yes, they did lose to Misfits. This was obviously a very, very close game. Whippo actually looked decent in this one, 7-4-6 on the Rumble. They kind of got, trounced on by Mad Lions, if I do recall correctly. Whippo with the 4-7 game on the Udyr, maybe not looking as good. But I think this is really, really interesting because, yes, Fnatic is ramping up. Fnatic is getting better. From week 1 to week 2, there were clear improvements. There were things going well. And really, I think Fnatic is looking better a little bit sooner than I even would have envisioned. But what I did start commenting to some people, and what I was kind of saying to some people was, let's pump the brakes a little bit. Let's see. Yes, Fnatic is coming off a 2-0 weekend, but they played Vitality and Excel. And if you want to be a top 3 team, if you want to make it to Worlds, the LEC does not have 4 slots this year. They have 3 slots. You need to make that top 3. Yes, it sucked that their schedule was hard, but again, they're 1-2 against Misfits, Mad Lions, and Rogue, and that's without even playing G2 yet. I mean, if they play G2, which they play this next weekend, I do believe, and if they lose, they could potentially be 1-3 against the top 4 teams. That's not really, looking like a Worlds team. That's not really looking like a strong team in the LEC. It's looking like maybe a decent team, maybe a solid team, but a team with the pedigree, the fan base, the history of Fnatic, and the expectations. They shouldn't just be trying to maybe be the 3rd best team in the LEC, maybe barely make it to Worlds. They should be for sure making it to Worlds, trying to go do damage at Worlds, and competing for LEC titles. So I just think it's kind of funny how far Fnatic has fallen and how hyped up and crazy the fan base has gotten, because I was telling people, I said, hey, this week they beat Vitality, who has kind of been underperforming and is really a brand new team this season. They've barely played this was their 4th game together this iteration, and a lot of young and inexperienced players. And then they beat Excel, which a lot of people were picking to be the worst team in the LEC. Now, yes, SK has kind of blown that out of the water. Excel is definitely not the worst team in the LEC, but we're talking about 2 teams that are not really firing on all cylinders right now, and that's who Fnatic's 2-0 weekend is. And you can only beat who you play, and I do agree that they did look better from the first week, but I'm not ready to start saying that Fnatic is about to make Worlds, that Fnatic is a top 3 team in the LEC, that Fnatic is better than Mad Lions, that Fnatic is better than Rogue, that Fnatic is better than G2. I'm not even sure that they're better than Misfits right now, but we will have to wait and see. Again, I get it. Fnatic is a big team. It's just like a TSM in the LCS or whatever, that no matter what, people are always going to be talking about them. People are always going to be hyping them up. But I just want to tell Fnatic fans, relax a little bit. We're 5 games into the season. Let's see what happens. I'm not going to start, crowning them champions because they beat Excel this weekend. But that is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate it so much. Leave a comment down below. Do you think Fnatic has a chance to make Worlds? Do you think they're going to make Worlds? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace!